What's up? I'm back. In this segment, I'm going to talk about the Atlanteans, and it may not be a subject that you would associate with healing. And I'm not going to go into whether the Atlanteans were real or not, but it's a story and what it represents to an alchemist. To an alchemist, the Atlantean story, I'm not going to even talk about, of course, we could talk about the fall of Atlantis, which represents, I guess, materialism overtaking a civilization, which is what our civilization has to go through right now. It's a question where we could choose to keep going on a more material platform, or we can balance materialism with spirituality. So the interesting thing, though, is that with the Atlantean story, what I find interesting is not so much the material aspect, the way people look at it as the destruction of Atlantis, but it's more what the Atlanteans were. When they say they were a civilization of myth, of supermen, it was because they were able to do things that we can't do right now. And in a way, it's interesting because, in a sense, it kind of goes into even people like Nikola Tesla and geniuses that we've seen. Right? Nikola Tesla was a great genius. And to me, the key thing that we should ask ourselves is, was Nikola Tesla a genius, or was he, let's say, an initiate who gave the world initiate level knowledge? So when you give the world initiate level knowledge, you're a genius because they don't know anything, meaning that they're uninitiated. So in a sense, the same thing would go with the Atlanteans. The Atlanteans were geniuses; they were Superman. Yes, but they were Superman and they were geniuses because if you look at how the alchemical part of the story is, the alchemical part of the story is it would be the Atlanteans were able to alchemy, magic, or you could say high science, mathematics, yoga was the center of their civilization. So that means a child was born practicing those things. If you're a child and you're born practicing alchemy, you're going to be born with your elements balanced. If you're a child and you're born understand divine mathematics, your logical mind will be balanced. What happens is then when it's time for you to receive real information, right? You would perform at a higher level. So it would appear for you to be a genius. And this is one of the fundamental differences between alchemical healers and normal healers, or even people who practice medicine. For alchemy, we look at the earth as still evolving. We don't look at the earth as perfect. Where a lot of people of other nature traditions might look at Mother Nature as perfect, we look at Mother Nature as evolving. The human body is no different. We look at the human body as alchemists, and we look at something that has the potential to achieve greatness. But right now, it's not functioning on that. So then you have to bond the human body with certain things to perfect it. So in a sense, you could look at it, the human body as four elements. Energy, where it comes in, is the fifth element. The sixth element is kind of more like metals, right? As an alchemist, you bond all six together, and then your body can achieve, in a sense, you make your body better. And you could achieve more intelligence, you could achieve the higher degree of healing. So when you look at Atlantis, we don't look at it as just, well, it got destroyed, it got overtaken by materialism. We look at Atlantis as the foundation, as the basic blueprint for how society can operate if we change our educational system and put back these fundamental sciences and have kids start doing that when they're 4, 5, 6 years old. Because what happens to most of us is that we start studying these things when we're 30 or 40 years old. A lot of damage is taking place. We can reverse it, but it wouldn't be the same as if the children and the young ones were studying that when they were 3, 4 years old. Because alchemy will cover up the elemental imbalances. The divine mathematics will heal the logical mind, will help them to see the mathematical patterns of nature in everything they see. So when they see the mathematical patterns of nature, it's easier for them to communicate with nature and to stay in tune with nature. So by the time that person's 15, 16 years old, they will be like a Superman to somebody else who never went through that process. So for healers, that's why, well, for alchemical healers, that's why Atlantis is so regarded. Not for them so much as the story itself being real, but even if the story is not real, you could use the imagination part of your mind to realize the great things that could happen when our true sciences take a center stage. So until next time, peace.